Hello YouTubers, welcome to my channel. This is the Messages from Venus, and I am your reader, the Alabaster Jar Goddess. And this is a review of the Oracle card deck, Art Through the Eyes of the Soul, by Cheryl Yambrecht Rose. Now, I'll tell you how I found out. This is the deck from the back. I'll hold it up like this. This is the back of the deck. I'll tell you how I found out about this deck, and I'll show you the cards as I go. One of the readers that I follow or that I subscribe to, I think her name is Tony Parker, if I'm not mistaken. She was doing a reading, like a weekly reading. She does general weekly reading for YouTubers, and I saw this deck and I was like, oh my gosh, like I have to get this deck, because it's not only just like a shamanistic deck, but it has the story of the goddess that I like to work with, or the representation of my divine goddess, which is Mary Magdalene. And it kind of tells her story in a different way than the biblical story about her being a whore or whatever. I get so upset when I hear things like that. But she's my goddess, and I don't think she was doing a review, or maybe she might have been doing a review or a reading. I'm not quite sure. But this deck has a lot of other spirits, like, for example, Arthur Continuum, and it has the names of these spirits or deities, or, like, I don't read the book, like I said, so I don't know what they are, but or what they're considered to be, but their names are right here, and then they have whatever it is that the card is talking about is right here. They have a very nice border, and so, like I was saying, it tells a story of the Akasha, and the just the records of the Akashic records. That's what people call it, the Akashic records. It kind of just tells the story of, like, Sophia and the divine feminine energy and Mary Magdalene and her voyage and her story and her energy. And I just, oh my God, like, this just resonated with me so much, I tell you. I just had to get the deck. I think it's the Green Man. Yes, this is the Green Man. It's beautiful. Look at that. And I'm going to stop right here, and then I'll show you. And then it also has, the deck also has, like, a feeling of, like, different stories. It's not just, like, the time of the Victorian time. It's, like, the story of Mary Magdalene. It talks about, like, mermaids, and, like, it's like it has, like, a Merlin, the story of Merlin feeling to it, story of King Arthur. It just has such a great energy to it, and the messages are so concise. It's, like, crazy. See what I'm talking about? Like, the master in Tibet. Become the master you seek. What does that look like to you? Jesus. And he is the deity that I like to use that represents the divine God energy for me. But I'll talk about my beliefs in another video, and my name, and why I love the story of Mary Magdalene so much. And see, it talks about, like, the Holy Grail and the Knights Templar. It's just enriched with, like, different stories. Now, this deck is one of those decks that has the backing of the deck. I'm sorry I'm, like, stopping so much, but it's because I get so, I love this deck. I love decks and things that have to do with Mary Magdalene, the divine goddess energy for me. It just overwhelms my soul. So this deck, this is the back of the deck, And so it has the same picture here. If you're one of those people that doesn't mind that, such as myself, then this deck is just fine for you. The imagery is perfect. It's very nice. But if you're one of those people that does not like that, then this is probably not a deck for you. But I'm looking for specific cards. I'm pulling out the 3 cards, and it's probably like in the back or something. Oh gosh, come on. Okay, here it is. Okay, so, and so, St. Mary's del Mar, the Anoint, Your Beloved, and Beneath the Veil of Sophia. These are the 3 cards that just, when I tell you that I don't know what kicked into me when I saw these cards, it was like my DNA taking me back in time or something. That's how it felt like. I resonate with this deck so much. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's beautiful. The artwork is beautiful. The messages are beautiful. And just because it had the story of the St. Mary's de la Mar, which is a story of the pilgrimage that Mary Magdalene was involved in and how she arrived in France. Just because of that, I just had to have this deck. And then the imagery, I mean, it took me, takes you somewhere else, literally. So this is Sophia putting into the DNA. And this is the voyage of Santa Sara, and this is Mary Magdalene. Now, beautiful artwork. The only thing is that in my mind, Mary Magdalene was like a little darker, just like in the Bible it says that Jesus had like curly hair, like made out of sheep. His skin was a little darker, Ethiopian looking. She don't look so Ethiopian here, but look at that. Look at that picture. Like, this is exactly how, this is definitely Mary Magdalene. She has the alabaster jar. I just love this deck. And this is how I would picture her face to look, just a little darker, that's all. It's a little darker, but she's beautiful. Look at her. Love her. Love her. Anyway, this deck is absolutely fantastic. This deck has the golden sides to it. I love this deck. So golden sides to it, and I think it has 44 cards if I'm not mistaken. It's like a traditional 44 card deck. I really don't know because again, I don't read the book. I just don't. But I think it's 44 cards. But anyway, the author and artist was Cheryl Yambrack Rose, and this is the book. This is the book right here, and it doesn't have the pictures in. I didn't read the book, but I have some of the cards. Some of the sections open, like such as this one, because when they have when the books that the cards come with have the pictures, I like to just open them as if you would open a Bible. I like to just open them and see what the message is. I'm like, okay, so I just test it out for myself and I open them and I like to see what it says. And when I opened it, I came up to this page, so I had it marked, but I have not read the book. If you're one of those people that prefers the books to have the prints inside in color, this is not the deck for you. And it has a very detailed there's a paragraph or two, a very detailed section of each card. And what's amazing is that each one of these, I've realized that one of these, I don't know if it was the author, if all of these paintings are the author's painting, but I realized that all of these are a painting that she had done, and she puts the name of the painting here with the year, And I say she because I'm assuming it was her, because if the text and the paintings were done by her, then it had to be her. I did not read the book again, like I said before. So she just included all her paintings that she had done and created a oracle deck out of them. I think that's absolutely fantastic. Like, I would recommend this deck to anybody. So again, this is the Art Through the Eyes of the Soul Oracle Guidebook by Cheryl. Not the Oracle Guidebook, it's the Oracle Cards. So the Arts Through the Eyes of the Soul Oracle Cards by Cheryl Yambrecht Rose. And I'm going to leave a link below, as I do with my all of my other reviews, in regards to where I got it. This deck I got at Barnes & Noble's. So I'll leave a link so that you guys can check it out if you guys are interested in purchasing this deck. I do not sell my decks, but yes, I'll leave the information for you to look at. And see you in the next video. Thank you.